What is going on? I think we're live already. Maybe. If we are, drop a comment. Let me know that you're here. It's Thursday night in East Texas. We got the amphibious looking right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, god dang, dude. Y'all need to get on that amphibia deal. You know what I'm saying? Them glasses float. They're as good as any you'll find. Probably a little better, in my personal opinion. So holler at your boy. Go to yourlakefortguy.com. Order your pair of amphibious. We would be appreciating it. Stephen Latham in the house. My man. Yes, sir. John Matthews, Rob's World, Adam Stewart from North Carolina. Go home and raise up. I hear you, North Carolina. Come on in the house, man. We appreciate it. Michael Sims in the house. John Matthews. John Martin. He's got him some. Beautiful, beautiful. You know, the only problem with amphibia is it reminds me of that damn Jodie Foster commercial. Amphibia. What's that? The yogurt? Activia. Amphibia. Like, that's a little weird. I'm just saying. Stephen Latham knows what it's about coming from North Carolina. Talking about take your shirt off. Twist it around your head. Stephen Dahlia from Toledo Bend. From the Bend. Somebody said Billy be singing Nelly. That is not Nelly. That is the one and only, often imitated, never duplicated, Petey Pablo that sings that song right there. Boys, it's been fun. It's been challenging this week. You know, we're not just killing it. According to some, apparently something's on fire, yet nobody can seem to get set. You know what? We're just going to stop right there. I don't consider catching a couple handfuls of smaller fish on fire. But apparently some do. It is not just on fire. It's good. But it's not like you go out there and just whack them everywhere you go. You're not just going out and catching 25, 30 fish a day with big 30-pound bags. Like, that's not what's happening. But we are catching fish. Consistently catching fish. So I guess that's good enough to keep us entertained. How much visibility on the main lake? It is really starting to clear up. And the more the water temperature heats up, the more it will clear up. Grass grows better in the warmer water, which helps filter out a lot of dirt on the upper end when it flows in. That's number one. Number two is this is something I've been told. I have no idea how true this is or not, but somebody a lot smarter than me told me this, so I'm going to go ahead and take him for his word. Apparently there's some type of plankton or some type of biological life source that goes dormant in the winter, and then it becomes more active the hotter the water temps get, and this life source or whatever it is helps filter out the water. And I believe it, because every summer it gets really clear and every winter it gets really muddy. So it makes sense to me. But now that the water's starting to warm up, the water's really starting to clear up. Pretty good visibility on most of May Lake, especially on the southern end. Fish Life Outdoor Adventures says the Sockeye are on fire. Apparently, we need to get some of them crappie spots on that old Fish Life app, I guess. Not exactly. Joe LeBear says phytoplankton. Again, Joe LeBear. Somebody smarter than me, a lot smarter than me, is telling you the truth, so believe those guys. When is the best time of day to catch the big ones? Right now, they seem to be biting the best in the afternoon, honestly. I was starting trips really early, getting on that early topwater bite. But it seems like the better bite is later in the day at this point, like right in the middle of the sunshine, especially if you're trying to fish offshore structure. And even if you're fishing grass, too, it seems like they're biting better later in the day. So that's what's going on. Somebody said something about frog. I have no frog in my top 5. No frog. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and get in top 5 baits if y'all want to. Y'all probably know what the first one's going to be. It's one of my all-time favorites. I just love saying the name because I didn't originally come up with this name, but I did name this bait, what I'm fixing to call it. Everybody say it with me. Hashtag Big Perm. Big Worm. Big Perm. Right there, the Smash Tech Magnum Crawler, which if you can find them in stock everywhere, they flying off the shelf like hotcakes, Jack. Talking about Big Perm is a hard man to find right now unless you get in my boat, because I got plenty of them. You know what I'm saying? Like last time I went over to saw Heath Taylor, I stocked up on a bunch of them dudes. But Big Perm is out on Tackle Warehouse, coming back in stock soon. I think they're out of Lake Fort Marina, coming back in stock soon. If you can find Big Perm, grab a hold of him, pay whatever you got to pay, get him in your boat, because that sucker is 1,000,000% catching fish. Good thing about Big Perm is just get one bag. Well, if you want to get multiple colors, get multiple colors. But if you need to, like, there's only one bag, go ahead and get that, because this worm is so dang durable. It lasts so long. I mean, you can literally sometimes catch 8, 10, 12 fish on one Big Perm. It's a bad dude, man. It's catching a ton. I know it caught a bunch of fish in the owner's tournament for a lot of people. It's the best bait to throw right now, in my opinion. Throw it on that big 5/8 ounce 6 cents Divine Shaky head. Those are in stock. Go order those at 6centsfishing.com. When you place that order, be sure you punch in that code, Your Lake Fork Guide. You'll get a 10% discount on anything you order there. Speaking of 6 cents fishing and Smash Tech, let's get into number 2 and number 3. Number 2 is going to be the 6 cents 3/4 ounce hybrid jig in the grass mutant color. Green pumpkin smash crawl for the trailer. We are primarily stroking this jig out deep in my boat. That's how we're doing it. That's how we're getting our bites on it. But really the number 2 bait, the bait that's really starting to get the second most bites behind old Big Perm for me, is the Smash Tech Bubble Fry, a chartreuse pepper. Guys, this is one of the classic all-time offshore structured baits, especially in the summertime and the fall around East Texas. But it kind of works everywhere. If you don't believe me, ask Bill Wilcox from Honey All Outdoors. He'll throw it on any lake, anytime. We're Carolina rigging the Smash Tech Bubble Fry. They're really starting to bite that thing. It's really, really good right now. Then let's transition for the last 2 baits. Let's go up shallow a little bit. Y'all want to go up shallow a little bit? You boy. I got to fish a little grass. If the lake's got grass, I got to fish. It's my comfort blanket. It is my whoopee. You might say that's what the grass is. So let's go fish up shallow, and let's throw the Old Faithful, the 3/8 ounce chatterbait, and kind of what I like to call smoke shad. This is the Smoke on the Water Impact Shad trailer. Guys, this trailer, the Impact Shad, is the best chatterbait trailer for the summertime. There ain't no doubt about it. It has a great action, a little bit longer profile, catch a lot of really big fish in the heat of the summer on that Impact Shad on 3/8 ounce chatterbait. Kind of got that gray shad, smoky color to the chatterbait as well, paired with that Smoke on the Water Impact. That's a deadly dude right there, right now. And last but certainly not least, if you're there early in the morning, if it happens to be a cloudy day, if you see them chasing bait on the surface, if you're out on the main lake and they come up schooling, which they have been doing, yes, green fish have been coming up schooling a little bit from time to time, be sure you pick up the 6 cents Dogma in Ghost Pro Blue and give it a 1-2, walk, boom. That's what's going to happen. So get up on that topwater bite. It's there to be had as well all summer long. You could probably put them top 5 baits for the rest of summer and we'd be just fine. That would cover everything we needed to do. They'd get us bit week in, week out. Those are some really good top 5 baits, and they're all working right now, and they're all catching some good fish. It's hard to come by the big ones. Now, here's the deal, guys. We're spoiled out here. We have a completely different definition of big fish where I'm from. To a lot of people, 3 and 4 pounders are big fish. That's just, fortunately for us, we get lucky and we get to catch a lot of big fish out here. So when we're not seeing 7, 8 pounders on a day-to-day basis, you're kind of like, oh, what's going on? It's not that good. Da, 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 da. Sometimes we just need to slow down and be thankful that we can go out and catch 3 pounders, on a daily basis, even when it's real tough. So, we're not catching 7, 8 pound fish every day. We are catching 3 to 5 pound fish every day, and we're getting enough numbers to keep us interested. So that's what's going on. That's the top 5 baits. Let's see if we can answer some questions. C-Box here. We appreciate you, C-Box. So Randy Crabtree says chatterbait worked for me. Chatterbait is good all the time. It's good right now, that's for sure. If you find yourself some grass, especially the deeper grass, in about 4 to 6 foot of water, a little wind blowing on it, you got something going there. Michael Sims says he just wants to know what the fish think a bubble fry is. The problem is you think that fish think. See, this animal, he's got a pea-sized brain. He does dumb stuff all the time for no reasons. And this is bright. It stands out in deep water, and it just kind of floats along like something easy that's moving enough to make him think it's alive, but real easy to get at. So he goes ahead and eats it. Like, you can't be thinking that fish. Guys, I love it when people tell me that fish are smart. Boy, I tell you, them Lake Fork bass, they're smart. Oh, man, they're smart. You know what I mean? And people say that, and I'm like, well, I mean, are they? Because have you ever eaten like a plastic hot dog or a metal hamburger? Because they do it every day. Every day. They're not smart. We just don't always understand the world they live in. We don't live in water, blah, blah, blah. Do you dip the claw/tail, jig trailer, blah, 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 and chartreuse? No, I don't. I haven't been dipping any chartreuse on my jig. This is just how I'm fishing it right here. That's exactly how I'm fishing it. Untrimmed skirt, letting it rip. Will catching big fish impress good-looking women? Judging by my experience in the fishing world, women don't really care how big a fish you catch. Just saying. Fish life outdoor adventures. Z, you should be ashamed of yourself for that. Fish the owner's turning from one end of the lake to the other end, and from 5 foot to 25 foot. And y'all kick me down in the comments because y'all are non-stop dropping them, and I love it. 5 foot to 25 foot of water, caught 3 all weekend. It was rough for me. I heard it was rough for a lot of people. Here's the deal. When you get 2,200 people on the lake, I actually did the math on this, guys. I did the math on this. You've got 2,200 people on a 27,000 acre lake, right? Okay, let's do the math on that. That is about 12, 13 acres per angler. And about half of that's unfishable water, like water nobody's going to fish out in the middle of the pond. At least half of it. So you got about 6 acres to fish for a day and a half. So you caught 3 fish out of 6 acres. Well, you know, that's not the worst anybody's ever done. It's just when you get that many boaters, yes, most of you guys are going to struggle. They're going to struggle. But they had a record number of overs. Like, the lake's in really good shape. There's a lot of big fish in the lake because they had 29 overs caught in a day and a half. That's crazy. What keys you into using the dogma, and what type of area do you fish that? Bait presence on the surface during the summertime. You know, a lot of times in the summertime when you start somewhere at first light in the morning, you'll see a lot of bait kind of scattering on the surface. You'll see maybe something busting, chasing after the bait. And then a lot of times during the middle of the day, you'll be out there on one of the main lake points and you'll see fish come up and start busting, or bait start running across the surface. Anytime I see surface activity that I'm pretty sure involves a bass, whether it's the right size bait running from the bass or whether it's the bass themselves blowing up, that's when I'm going to pick up the dogma. I'm always going to try it in low light conditions. First hour of the day, super cloudy conditions. I'm always going to try top waters in the summertime when I have low light conditions. But really, more than anything, I'm looking for bass presence near the surface. If I feel like there's bass near the surface, I can see some evidence of some bait running around or some bass blowing up, I'm 100% going to throw top water. And walking baits, to me, these walking baits, these spook style walking baits, always have been the best top waters during the summertime, in my personal opinion. When I fish a frog, I walk it in the summertime more than I do anything else. So that's the deal. What hook are we using on the bubble fry? I'm using a 3/0 EWG hook on the bubble fry, a 1 ounce weight on my Carolina rig. For the chatterbait, I'm on 17-pound fluoro or braid in real dirty water. Not sure what night. If you're fishing really heavy grass and ripping it out a lot, use braid on your chatterbait. If you're not, use the fluorocarbon. Dragon. What is better, a 13 fishing Concept A or Concept C? And also, which would you rather use, a Wall NG bait? I don't even know what that is. Or a Rico Poppets? I don't even know what that is. On the reels, yeah, go get you a lose. That's what I would say. Trade them dang 13s in and get you a lose. That's my personal opinion. Decided to start using the C25 6 cents deep diver. It was tough, but I don't have an 8-foot rod. I only have a 7.6. Is an 8-foot important? Yes, an 8-foot rod is very important for deep cranking for two reasons. The most important is so that you can make super long casts, because the longer your cast is, the deeper you can get that crankbait down. So that's very important. Also, you want that 8-foot rod to help you with the drag on the bait and fighting the fish and giving you more shock absorption when you're fighting the fish. When does a spoon bite come along? Now, maybe when it gets a little bit hotter and they get a little more grouped up, start spinning a little bit. But it's not a bad idea. I've only got 5 baits. I can only feature 5 baits, so I got to pick the best 5. But a spoon is definitely tied on my boat right now. Let's have a subscriber tournament. Who wants to do a subscriber? Who wants to do a Your Lake Fork Guide viewer/subscriber tournament? And do you want me and Ronnie Kelly to fish in it or not? What's the best floating bobber for my son when he is sun fishing? I don't have any idea about bobbers. I know nothing about bobbers. Is the turtle spawn over? No, I don't know. I think there's so many turtles in Lake Fork right now. They're just running the lake. They probably spawn all year. There's so many of them. It's really, Lake Fork's rut now. It's rut. I wouldn't even bother going there if I was you guys. There's so many turtles. I'm just saying. Subscriber tournament would be awesome, but I probably wouldn't be off work. Sorry about that, Pods. The tournament can't be at Fork. That's no fair. Well, I'm going to tell you this. We're not going to do it at Fork because we're going to do it somewhere where we can weigh 5 big fish. If we're having a Your Lake Fork Guy tournament, we ain't bringing in unders to the weigh-in, Jack. No. We about big fish around here, and we are definitely going to a lake where we can weigh the big fish. The gators have ate all so the gators are running the lake too. You know what? I'm selling all my gear. Who wants to buy a bunch of fishing gear in a boat? I'm out. Gators, turtles, bad parking jobs. The seasons are all one. I don't even know why we still go to the lake, honestly. Do I ever trim the screw lock on the shaky head? No, I want as much screw lock as I can get. Hold that worm on there nice and tight. We got some Cajun saying some stuff that I can't even understand. It's probably Zach's cousin or brother-in-law or something like that. Holy cow, you guys are dropping some comments tonight, boys. Lots of comments. If you've got ever throw 6 cents, no, I've never fished 6 cents baits ever. But if you go to 6centfishing.com, be sure you punch in that code Your Lake Fork Guide. Saturday is big perm time on Ray Bob. It should be. It should be on, man. That sucker's starting to catch them everywhere. What's the best live worms for my son for sun fishing? I don't know anything about live worms either. Good night. You people are crazy tonight. You guys are going off tonight, man. If y'all had questions and I missed them, please ask them again because there's no way that I can keep up with all the craziness that's going on in the comment section. And I love you for it. I'm not mad at y'all. Not one bit. This is pretty awesome. I think I'm having more fun reading y'all's comments than you guys are having writing them or watching my butt because I'm really doing more reading than I am anything else. Need to open a 6 cent store on Fork. Can't find them anywhere. I would agree with that. That's a true story right there. Robo worm fats. Yeah, robo worm fats are a great finesse bait. If you like to fish like a little girl, go ahead and fish some robo worms. That's awesome. Am I going to hit Monticello anytime soon? Curious about the ramp condition. Possibly. I don't know, man. It's hard to get away from Lake Fork right now. Do the tournament on Pines, Big John. Big John is a Pines fan. Pines would definitely be a candidate for that tournament. I'm down with Pines. MJ on Big Perm. Huh. The MJ rig on Big Perm. For those that don't know what the MJ rig is, it's putting a little tiny willow blade on the back of your straight tail worm like a Cinco. That's actually a pretty good idea, Gunny. I would definitely. I know you like to throw that thing. I would try it. I would definitely try it. I don't know who's talking about drop shot, but you're not talking to me. Is Cooper Lake any good? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Cooper in a long time. It used to be good. Do I sell boat lanes cards? I do not sell boat lanes cards. Lance Vick makes the boat lanes cards that have been kind of the standard around here. Stephen Fowler, he makes a new one. I think they're both pretty good. I used to use Lance Vicks all the time. I kind of use the boat lanes chip that's in here now, but I used Lance Vicks for a long time when I was out here, and it's really good. Pines are Palestine, but Ronnie Kelly can't have a frog. Nobody ever answered. Are me and Ronnie allowed to fish this thing or not? If we have a subscriber tournament, are me and Ronnie allowed to fish in the subscriber tournament against you guys? What up? LA in the house. Now, is LA Louisiana or lower Alabama? Because, you rednecks, I never know. I got to know what flavor of redneck I'm dealing with, Chad Washington. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Thank you so much. Top 5 baits real quick for the late arrivers. So for all my late arrivers, top 5 baits real quick. We can do that. Number 1, by far, Big Perm. Throw it on a 5/8 ounce 6 cents Divine Shaky head with a big 7 on hook. That's green pumpkin. That's the color I'm using the most. Number 2, and it's really starting to catch fire, Bubble Fry on a Carolina rig chartreuse pepper. Number 3, big 3/4 ounce hybrid jig, green pumpkin smash craw for a trailer. Number 4, 3/8 ounce chatterbait and kind of the smoky shad color. We got the smoke on the water impact shad for the trailer. That thing's catching a lot of big fish at shallow. Number 5, topwater baits when you see surface activity or in low light conditions, throw the 6 cents Dogma in Ghost Pro Blue. Top 5 recap for my late arrivers. We appreciate y'all joining us. Somebody says, bring it on. We need a little competition. We can take y'all's money. Hello from Mississippi. We appreciate you joining us. We appreciate you guys joining us so much. Yeah, y'all fishing in a $20 buy-in. I mean, $20. I've done a lot dumber things with $20 than fish a tournament against you guys. I'd gladly donate $20 to y'all considering some of the dumb things I've done with $20. Is it too early for a swim jig? No, I'm actually, again, I only have top 5 bait. I only have 5 to pick from. But I am throwing a swim jig a little bit around the grass. Same as with throwing chatterbait. And I am catching some fish on it a little bit. So. I think ZW might be drinking a little bit of brown water tonight. He's making some pretty crazy comments. Throw it. Cody Stanley, you take that comment down right now. We do not say the G word on this channel. You're not allowed to say the G word, sir. Pines, yes. You and Captain Ron can fish. Cool. Punching, I only ask because it's my favorite. Yeah, you can go punching right now. Punching can work. Hey, Billy, no, you don't night fish on fork, but if you did, what pattern and baits would it be? July and August. Tom G, thanks for asking the question. Well, a big ribbon-tail worm, like a big 10, 12-inch ribbon-tail worm in a black color, like black, blue flake, black, blue, and red flake. The old Lake Fork tackle, 10-inch worm with the rings on it, with the blue flake red. So it was a blue flake worm, so it had the blue flake in it, and it had red flake, and it was a 10-inch ribbon-tail worm, and it had the rings, so it moved even more water. That's my old school favorite, most favoriteest night fishing bait of all time. But there's one that you got to throw. There's a big black spinnerbait with some chartreuse mylar in it that Mr. Joe Spates makes at Weedless Lures over there on Lake Fork, right there at the Little Mustang Bridge on Highway 17. He's got an old black spinnerbait called Elvis. So if you ever go into Weedless Lures over there, go ask for Elvis. Ask him if Elvis is in the building, so to speak. That is a great nighttime bait. Like probably my second favorite. Like that worm and that dude. That's kind of my 1-2 at night. When I used to fish night tournaments out there. I used to fish night quite a bit. Are there crappie guides on fork? I'm Cajun. Yeah, Mark Chambers. There's definitely crappie guides on fork, and a lady named Miss Terry Moon is as good as any of them. She's really good on the crappie. Cameron Burnett, the son of Miss Dana who owns Lake Fork Marina, he's a very good crappie guide right now. I just saw him on the water the other day just whacking the crappie. So, yeah, there's definitely some good crappie guides. Rob's World says, Billy, I'm fishing with you next Friday. Look forward to it. Man, I look forward to it too, buddy. Can't wait to meet you. Mojo says he catches a lot of chatterbait fish at night. Stephen Latham says, I beat Billy once, but it was a tortoise in the hair kind of situation. I don't even remember losing, so I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't ever remember losing to anybody on anything ever. Sorry, how do I get the grass spoon? The grass spoon is Joe Spates makes that as well. The grass spoon is for sale at Weedless Lures. Like I said, he's on Highway 17 right at the Little Mustang Bridge. Awesome little store, man. It's a cool little shop. A lot of history in there. The guy originally invented the flutter spoon. We took a flutter spoon, modified it, made a smaller version to fish in grass and be ripped out of grass. And I actually have caught, it's my PB, was caught on that. So it in the summer. So I would, yeah, go check it out. It's awesome. When you come, you're doing bass and crappie for a few days. I don't blame you, dude. Lake Fork is a phenomenal crappie lake, by the way. There we go. Oh, having some technical difficulties here trying to knock the camera over. I live in Alabama. What will Joe Spates ship? He will ship anything. And I wish I had his number offhand. But look him up on Facebook. Joe Spates. Spaits. Look him up on Facebook at Joe Spates and message him there. Get his number. He will definitely ship orders to you. Somebody says they caught a 5.4 on a swimming jig, the old women jig, last weekend. That's awesome, buddy. Congratulations on that. So I got to set up a Your Lake Fork Guide tournament. I tell you what, I don't know how long it's going to take us to put this together. We're going to do a Your Lake Fork Guide tournament, and you know what? We're going to do it, and we're going to take all the proceeds. All the proceeds are going to go to a charity that has to do with helping veterans on hard times, something like the boot campaign, something like what the Wounded Warrior Project was supposed to be. Some type of veteran campaign will benefit maybe the Marine Bass Angler or something like that. We will donate all the proceeds from that tournament to a charity of military origins. That's what we're going to do. I'm kind of jacked up about it now. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty excited. We have to do this. So this is going to happen. It may take a while. It may even be next spring before we put it all together and get it, because I want it to be a big deal. I want it to be a big tournament, big event. We'll probably do it in the fall, though. I think the fall sounds nice. You and Captain Ron must use Sissy Stick. Man, Captain Ron does use that fairy one. That sucker likes to get that old egg beater out and go to work on it. I don't really use it. What's my favorite college football team? Talking about whoop, gig 'em. Aggies? Yes, Texas A&M. I was born in Bryan, Texas, so I am a hardcore Texas A&M fan when it comes to that. Now, that's hard to admit. It's hard to admit sometimes, but I am. And if you're an LSU fan, which I know a lot of you Louisiana hands are, ha ha, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha, with your 7 overtime loss. And Big John with your Roll Tide, I remember that first year in the SEC. I don't remember the losses. I only remember the wins, just so y'all know. I have selective memory big time. Texas Giant 54. I mean, you can hook them all you want to. We saw them off. We just saw them off right there. I've got a saw them off flag in my garage. If y'all remember back in the day, I used to do the live stream from the garage, and there was a saw them off flag, literally like, you know what? Next week, the saw them off flag is going to be right there just for you, buddy. Just for you. Texas Giant 54. I'm bringing the saw them off flag back in here. Heck yeah. Man, it's been a fun night. You guys have been awesome tonight, man. Y'all have dropped some awesome comments tonight. I don't know how many people we've had in here the whole time, but I know we've had more comments than just about any other time. Sounds good. I'm in. I vote we do it at a non-Fish Life lake for a challenge. Okay, we will certainly take that into consideration. Well, now that we're going to get charity involved, I'm going to tell you, we're going to do it at the lake that's going to draw the biggest crowd. That's where we're going to do it. My brother came in from Washington State to fish the Skeeter Hoder tournament with me. He's a vet from Iraq and would definitely fish a subscriber tournament. Dude, that is so awesome. He is a vet from Iraq. I'm a vet from Iraq, so he's my dog. So, yes, I would love to meet that guy someday. Came for the bait, stayed for the comments. Came for the baits and stayed for the comments. I love it. Yeah, the comments have been a pretty good read tonight. I've been trying to catch as many of them as I can. Fred Quarles from down there in God's country, Bryan, Texas, saying hi. My goodness, that is the Lord's land down there in Bryan, Texas. Love it. Well, that's the area that you can consider responsible for all of this. So if you don't like me, blame Bryan, Texas. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Somebody's voting for Lake Athens. Lake Athens would be good. I'm hoping this tournament's going to be too big for Lake Athens, honestly. Preferred setup for catching turtles? I actually prefer a 22, no scope, iron sights, make it a challenge, but I prefer a 22 short rifle. That's what I really prefer for catching turtles myself. Hope that helps somebody catch more and bigger turtles this weekend. Tawakoni, man, I don't want the participants getting robbed. Tawakoni's not a bad option. Tawakoni's a good lake. I've never fished it, though. What's your line brand for mono? Berkeley Big Game. I mean, how can you get any better than old, cheap, old, tough, old Big Game? That stuff's stronger knocks. Let me tell you something about being a fishing guide. Being a fishing guide when it comes to line is about two things. Affordability and dependability. If it's tough and it has great knot strength and it won't break and it can take a beating, I'm in. And if it's affordable, I'm even more in. And Berkeley Big Game amongst mono wins both those categories hands down. So, that's how we do that. P-Line CXX is mine. You know what? I used to fish a lot of P-Line products, and I had a bad experience at a tournament before I was guiding. I just ordered some P-Line from Tackle Warehouse, got it in. I re-spooled my reels, a few of my reels, the night before the tournament. I go out the next day of the tournament, set the hook, and I break off on the hook set to the point where the fish is like jumping around the boat trying to throw my bait. This proceeds to happen the first three fish in a row, and I see all three of them jump. And if I would have had those three fish, I would have won that tournament instead of getting second or third. Look, we did pretty good, but we would have won the tournament with those three fish for sure. And that was brand new P-Line I just got in the mail the day before and just put on the reel the night before the tournament. So I'm out on P-Line. Like, that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. Nick Jones says, I bet you pick a lot of backlashes. I don't, because we fish with loose reels. And loose reels, if you don't know, you can tighten them brakes way down where you almost cannot backlash them, and you can still throw that bait a pretty long daggum ways. I've handed that thing to Pete. I've handed my loose reels. I've cranked my brakes way down, handed my loose reels to people who've never thrown a bait caster, and they don't backlash it. Guys, loose reels are for real. If you like high dollar reels, you want the best you can buy, go buy the Lose Hyper Mag. I love that one for a top of the line reel. Super, super light. It's like 5.5 ounces. Crazy light. But if you want a good bang for your buck reel that's really quality that you can go fish tournaments with and be confident that you can cast as far as anybody, be as dependable as anybody, and smooth and all that stuff, the loose tournament MB is about $130, and it is as good as just about any reel you can find. So, somebody says be careful buying line on Amazon. I didn't buy that on Amazon. I bought it on Tackle Warehouse. Just saying. Everybody's talking about the tournament. Everybody's all jacked up about tournament. That's awesome. In all seriousness, I fished Rayburn, been to Fork twice in the last month, and have scored 3 over 9 pounds. Y'all have a special lake. Chauncey, Fontenot, yes, we do. I mean, when it comes to big bass, I'm not saying Lake Fork's the easiest lake to go out and catch fish on, to go out and get bit on. It's not. It's definitely not. We got lakes within 15, 20 minutes of Lake Fork that are easier to go catch fish on, and you'll catch more fish on those lakes. But when it comes to largemouth bass, 7 pounds and up, there's never been a place on earth like Lake Fork, and it's unbelievable, man. Somebody's talking about taking off on a plane with their trolling motor water. I think I missed a story in the comments. It's been a long one tonight, guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up, man. Good luck this weekend. I sincerely hope some of these bait selections and some of this talk, I know we kind of joked around more than anything tonight, but we have fun. And more than anything, we're going to win the fun tournament every day in my world. That's the most important tournament I'm in every day is the fun tournament. I'm pretty sure I'm just about undefeated in that joker. So that's what we did tonight. But I do hope these bait selections help you. Hope some of the questions that we answered can help you. I know I'm not the best or the smartest, but I give you everything I got every time I can. So yeah, that wraps it up. Go to yourlakeforkguide.com, book a guide trip, buy some amphibious, get you some Fish Life decals. We got those there too. We got Goat Lake, Yeti cups, man. Just go check us out at yourlakeforkguide.com. See if there's something you can't live without, or ask us a question, send us an email, anything you want to do. Sure appreciate you guys watching as always, and we'll see you next time right here.